Happy to be able to speak to you guys. I was, I guess, kind of anxious to get going because of some of the stories that I was seeing Ali and Michelle give. I'd imagine some of you guys were like, you know what, I just don't understand. How did they get those shots? How did they sequence them? How did they put those shots together? And that's something that I'm going to try to break down, and hopefully it'll make sense. When going through, I'm not a really good speaker, but the one thing I do know is how to put a good story together. And when approaching this speech, I thought what John Gross said out of KSTP-TV was very interesting. He quoted Vince Lombardi.
Legendary football coach Vince Lombardi had a team meeting, and he got the whole team together, and he says, "We're going to break it down to basics today. This is a football coach. Breaking down the basics of visual storytelling, getting to the DNA in its smallest parts. This is it."
And that's basically what we're going to talk about today. The DNA of storytelling, specifically shooting a photo essay. Now I was here at WDTN where I really began to harness and focus my skills in shooting a photo essay. I didn't really have anyone helping me or teaching me how to do it. I just looked and searched on the internet, watched a lot of stories, and I just kept trying and trying again, and then kind of just harnessed of how I put a story together today. But it was here at WDTN where I shot one of my first ones, and I was going to show it to you guys today, and so hopefully you won't be too critical. This is back when I think Karen Schimler was the anchor at the time. So some of you guys from WDTN, you might remember the story. I don't know, but for me, basically when shooting a photo essay, basically it's a VOSOT with nat sounds in between. So you get some sound, you throw some nat sound in between, and there's your photo essay. As easy as that. So this one was about, oh wait a minute, how did this get in there? Well, we got, this is WDTN, the softball days, when I hit the home run. Is that Guy Fogel, any of these guys around? That's okay. Okay, here's the slot car race.
A growing hobby in the small town of Union City. It's called slot car racing, and 2 News videographer Dave Bradford takes us to the starting line.
Let's go. Ready, set, go. Doesn't look like too much, but they just really fly around the track. They're just ungodly fast.
Something I enjoy. It's just a lot of fun. I just call it a closet hobby.
We'll get everything all sorted out here. Just 1, 2, 3.
You actually become a part of the car at one point. It's an adrenaline rush.
I've been racing slot cars for 35 years. If you got a need for speed and you don't have a whole lot of dollars, this is a deal.
You work it through a controller that varies the power that you deliver to the car. The more you squeeze the controller, the more power you're giving it, and the faster it's going to go.
They can go around the track in 1.5 seconds.
You got to back off on the controller in the turns, and you got to go full punch in the straightaways.
At the end, whoever's got the most laps, he's the winner. Woo! Just like golf, you know, some people say that, you know, hitting that little white golf ball around, well, here we just run these little cars around and we just, it's just neat.
I look at it and I like, what was I thinking with this and that? But at the time I was very excited when I was like, oh, I got this story, you know, I hope you guys can use it. And I think it was on the weekend, and they had sent me out to go shoot, I think a VO. They were having like some little tournament or something, and I just kind of got carried away and started getting all the little nat sounds. And I got a question for you guys. Now, a lot of photographers in the business might approach a VOSOT and say, why would I want to shoot a VOSOT or a photo essay? And there's the question to ask. Why shoot a photo essay? I mean, it's a lot of extra work. I mean, it's a lot of sweat. I mean, for example, if you wanted to get an opening shot for your story, you had to hike up that tall hill and get that opening shot. I don't know, I got to carry that gear all the way up there. Do I really want to get it? No, I'll just get it from down here. But it's really, I'm going to ask the question to you guys. Why shoot a photo essay?
Because your reporter doesn't mess it up with awful track.
Wrong. Why shoot a photo essay? Anyone else? Anyone? Why? Seriously? Why would you guys want to shoot a photo essay? I'm gonna Yes, Ali, why would you want to shoot a photo essay?
I want to shoot the movie in 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, I got a few things on what made me want to shoot a photo essay. And one thing is to win awards, right? We want to get noticed. We want to get the accolades. We want an Emmy. We want the plaques on the wall. Well, that might be part of it, and that's kind of nice. But there's also, you know, maybe to get noticed. And to get noticed not only by coworkers, but maybe by other stations. If you maybe win an award here or there, then other stations will maybe notice that. And this is a perfect example of basically how opportunities came my way. Once I got involved with ONPA, I then basically started getting notice from other people. I was introduced to other people like Ali Gambari and Doug Herman. These were other people that were involved in ONPA. They said, hey, you know, we saw some of your stuff with ONPA. Are you interested in maybe coming over to our station? And this was it just kind of snowballed from there. So a lot of times to get recognition it's one of the things that ONPA has to offer. But bottom line, why I shoot a photo essay, it makes me feel good. At the end of the day, when I go back and look at the story on my TV, I like to watch the intro, and I like the intro, the anchor lead-in. I like to see how it progresses all the way through and to the end, and then I can kind of sit down with my wife and have my kids and, hey, I shot this really cool story today. You guys want to sit down and watch it? And so then they watch it. And so hopefully there's a little bit of that inside of you when shooting, when maybe approaching a VOSOT and being like, what time is it? I don't know. I don't have time to it. Because there are chances, and it's come to for me, where I would come back, I'd say, you know what? I got enough to put a really cool story together. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Well, we really can't fit it in today's show. Well, you know, so I'm sorry. We just can't use it. We got to use that story of the cat up in the tree or something, you know. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And, you know, and so I have to realize that it's not always possible to get it on air, but I have to shoot it for me. So the basics of shooting a photo essay, you have advanced things and the basic things. These are the basic things that I always keep in mind when approaching a photo essay. You have two types of sound. You have your track, which is the interviews. Your interviews become the track because you really don't have a reporter track in a photo essay. Then you have your natural sound. So much like a VOSOT, your sound bites, break it up a little in that sound. Sound bites, break it up a little in that sound. So when shooting a photo essay, you have to think like a reporter. So the first type of sound, which was track, which would be like what a reporter would say. So how do you get people to basically tell a story for you? Because you need to be able to ask them the correct questions and how to put that story together. Most important question you always need to ask is, what's going on here today? They then describe, you know, say it's an event for brand new TVs. What's going on here today? Well, today we have brand new TVs here, and they're really special because they're small, they're flat, and they're portable. Whatever. They kind of basically break down what is happening. And there's so many times I'll shoot an entire story. I'll shoot like an hour, 2 hours of video. I'll come back, forgot to ask that question, and it's like, you know, I try to edit the story, and if I don't have someone kind of saying what's going on, you know, right off the bat, I know in my mind what happened, but how do you tell the people that are watching the story what is happening? You kind of need, because you can't use I can't use my voice, and I can't use a reporter's voice. I need to get them to kind of explain what's going on. So this was a Nat Sound, a photo essay that I just shot a little while ago, actually about a week back. And I'll play it, and then if it's okay, I'm just going to kind of break down what I did with some of the raw video of how I basically put the story together.
We all eat breakfast here together.
Hi, how can I help you?
And enjoy his company.
Every day he comes up and has his, was it Egg McMuffin? Egg McMuffin with no cheese.
He comes in here every day faithfully.
He loves that sausage and egg McMuffin.
It's the same thing, since we're the same guys.
He won't eat nothing else. He said that's just like eating a prime rib.
That's where he sits every day.
We're celebrating Bill's 100th birthday.
Again, I had to get that question. What's going on here today? Boom, we're celebrating Bill's 100th birthday. Tried to hold off and unveil it to about 10 to 15 seconds into the package.
Here he comes. There's this white car right there. The white car. He's coming now, the white car.
We're from Louisville, Kentucky. We were just there.
Loosen up, everyone. The man is here. He has just arrived on the premises. Surprise!
Happy birthday, Mr. Franklin. It's good to see you.
We would sit here and talk about different issues, current events, old times, different things.
Thank you, everybody.
I just happened to start talking to Bill one day, and what a super, super nice gentleman.
I got his wonder food for him. This is his breakfast.
He loves his Egg McMuffin sandwich at McDonald's.
Wonderful.
On behalf of the U.S. House of Representatives, I have a proclamation that we'd like to present to you on your 100th birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
He is such a gentle, kind, knowledgeable, thoughtful person. He's just a very super nice person.
Now again, this was just a VOSAT that they sent me to go shoot. You know, I could have easily just got some sound with him and then shot some video and then went on my merry way. But I said, you know what, I think this one has legs. I think it's got potential to be a nice story. It made me, I could only picture what the people at home, when I said, yeah, this is going to be out tonight at 10, and when they went and watched it, and especially probably his family, that they really enjoyed it. So that made me feel good. Now, when I first got there, I didn't really know who the people were. I saw a lot of people just sitting around. I was approached by one of the organizers, the guy in charge of it, and the first thing that I did was to get a mic on him. So I immediately put the mic on him, but I kind of let the other photographer talk to him. You can see that in the background. I kind of let him do his thing, but I always kept the mic on him because I never knew when he was going to talk to someone else. But I thought I'd sit down and talk to these guys real quick. Let me kill channel 1 here real quick. And
Right. We're all nice people there.
What do you think of the situation today? What's going on? Tell me a little bit about
Bill? Well, he's lived in...
now again, with like what Michelle was saying,
6, 7 years.
you try to be personal. You know, you try to be as social, and you can't be, you know, what's going, you know, you have to, you know, because I think I sat down, I talked with him a little bit and say, so do you know Bill? Do you know what's going on? And they're like, oh yeah. And so all I'm searching for is that one little snippet soundbite that I can use, and once I get it, then I'm going to try to go on to someone else.
100 years old, a sausage is not the most healthiest thing to eat, but then again...
Yeah, but look at him. He's pushing 100, and he is still alive. So what does that tell you? Maybe I have a scoop there.
I liked him. He was a good guy. I'm like, okay, there I go. I got my soundbite. I think I then went to this lady. She's looking at me like I'm the plague, and she gives me the same reaction. Okay, I can see I'm not going to get anywhere with her, and so I said, okay, that's okay. Let me go back over to this guy. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to, but put me, you know, and so it's a lot of that. You don't know what you're going to get, but you just try to be social, and then you find that one little soundbite, and then you go fishing for the next one. Going back to the basics of shooting, you want to try, or what Darren Durlack were saying, try to get as much sound as much as you can. I think then
10 and quarter after, but it's somewhere within that time frame.
Again, I was battling with the other photographer. He was also talking with him. But I thought, you know, you never know when those moments are going to be. Now, if you guys have any questions, I don't know how often you guys have shot photo essays and what you have in your mind when shooting it. But my first thing is always to try to get a mic on someone so that yeah, you can pick up those little moments, like I like to call them. So at this point, I'm just kind of going through, showing you clip after clip. This is what I got. This is probably just the standard things. I'm listening to my ear. who he's talking to, thinking, okay, he's talking to this guy over here. I start to hear something. Very difficult place to shoot. You had all the natural light coming in. I think I try to position myself, get a little something for, as Ali would say, compression, for depth of field. So a little bit of something, looking for that one little sound bite. I don't think I got it here, but I hung on to it for a while, hoping he was going to say something. And I think this is eventually the shot that I did end up using. Again, try to structure the shot, get a little something, rule of thirds. Always try to position in there.
That's his spot right here.
Boom, that was it. I just kind of yelled it out. Again, I'm still kind of fiddling with the camera, the tripod. I should have let it go, but.
That's where he sits every day. His back is facing, or he's facing.
Okay. Well, in a nutshell, I don't know how much more, because I think I finally did say, okay, I'm ready to do the interview.
Tell me a little bit about him.
The youngster?
Yeah, the youngster.
The youngster.
So how long have you known him?
Talking while I'm adjusting my shot, you keep the eye contact, but yet know your gear. Being able to throw on a wide eye, get a good focus shot. So I'm doing this, I'm talking to him while I'm working some of the gear.
Something that is 100 years old, eating McDonald's breakfast all these years.
Well, that must be the secret.
So a lot of good stuff. You could tell he was a character. Characters are very hard to find sometimes in these pieces, but when you find someone that's colorful and, you know, I think it was, here he comes. I'm like, oh, let me get it. I can't zoom in, I got my wide eye on. I'm thinking, oh great, what can I do? Well, try to get back and get in position.
There's his nephew, that's his car right there, that's the white one.
I'm like, okay, he's an older guy, he's not gonna rush in. I got some time. And where he's going, no, I gotta come back. I'm coming back. I'm thinking, well, let me talk to this guy down here. He must be excited.
I'm going to move up.
Here, let me kill channel 1. I had to put it because I loved what he said. And I don't know if you heard it in the package.
What do you think? We're from Louisville, Kentucky. We were just met.
We're just sitting here having a breakfast, and all of a sudden all these people are here. We're from Louisville, Kentucky. Anyways, I was like, I gotta throw it in there. It's not composed, it's not a tight shot, but throw it in there just because it, you know, it moved the piece right along, I thought. And so you can see how many shots, and I probably shot about, I don't know, 45 minutes with that whole story. And I think it was about like a minute 20, maybe a minute 30 piece.